Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartar Zone, New Who Zone, The Fires of Pompeii, Series 4, watch along. Just to let everybody know that I've sent out the emails to people that are joining us, so we've already got one of our panelists here. So, PD Rich, if you can hear me, I have sent you your email. And if you could do us a favor, there's 12 of you is watching right now. If you could like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please share the stream if you don't mind doing that. Thanks. And yeah, so the Fires of Pompeii. Love this story. It's one of my favorite stories in series 4, along with Midnight and Turn Left. But I do really love this story. And it's the first proper outing for Donna Noble as a fully fledged companion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait. So let's bring on our first guest. It's the one and only Alpha Omega.
Hello, Noel. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Alpha. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to text PD Rich on Messenger. Normally, when I text him on Messenger, he writes back straight away. Because I don't. Oh, no, there he is. There he is. There he is. He's here. So the one and only PD Rich is also joining us.
Hey, hello.
Just give me a second. I've got a lot of things playing in the background.
No, you're grand. You're grand. Walk away. Walk away. Sure,
There we go. It's just
I'm in
transfer.
the process of cooking dinner, so
there we go.
So don't worry about it. I'm doing a lot of things in the background.
There we go.
How are you?
You now. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Looking forward to this watch along. Any thoughts on this before we start?
Pick a poll, isn't it? There you go. The future Doctor. This is the future Doctor because it gets revealed season 9.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and it is a good scene, actually. This is where Donna kind of makes the Doctor do something he wouldn't normally do, which is save someone. Go ahead, Al.
Future Doctor, and future companion.
That's right, because Karen Gillan is in this as well.
Yes.
Yeah, she plays one of the sisters of the Sabine, or whatever you call it. What's it? Sybil. Yeah, Sibylline. That's the one.
They sort of give me like a Sisterhood of Karn vibe.
Yeah. Do you know what, though? Do you know what I love about this episode, actually, before we started? Where this is the one where David Tennant's Doctor has the water pistol. Keeps using the water pistol.
Yeah.
Remember? I thought that was hilarious. Maybe it's just me, but I actually found that hilarious. Like the Doctor is saving everybody with a water pistol.
Yeah, the Luger water pistol.
How doctory can you actually get? But yeah, I love this story. I was just saying it myself. This rate's very high, so I'll be interested to see will I give it a higher rating than because this is definitely an 8 or 9 to me. So I'll be interested to see if I stick with the 8 or go with a 9. But this is one of my favorites. So, folks in the chat, if you could do us a favor and please press 1 if you're ready to get the show on the road. We have 17 people watching. So do us a favor, as I said, like, share the stream if you can, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. So what we do here is, the only reason why I'm explaining it is because we're getting new people coming in and they don't know how the format works. So this is what happens every week. Every Sunday we'll be doing a Series 4 episode. We're on the Fires of Pompeii now, and then we'll be on whatever next week's episode is. I forget, but obviously the trailer will remind me. But that's what we do. So we encourage you to get your own copy. A lot of you would have the earlier seasons of New Who, especially the Russell T Davis's era. And we get you to put in the episode, pause it right at the start, and then we do a 5-second countdown, 5 to 1, press play at 1, and then we all watch together. And then the panel here discusses it while we're watching. Then we give a little bit of a review at the end, and then we give a rating, and then everybody in the chat also does the same. So if you're ready, guys, please do us a favor. I know Chris has already pressed 1. We got Raymond O'Reilly. Actually, do you know what? I'll do a couple of shout outs because we haven't shout out the chat in the last few streams. So we'll do that first. We got Alpha Omega. We got Stuart in the chat. We got Lee, problem being. Welcome, Lee. PD Rich, of course, who's on the panel with me.
Yep.
With Alpha Omega. We got Chris Persia, our head wrench. Welcome, Chris. We got Ray O'Reilly. Nice to see you, Ray. We've got Kung. I can never say your name properly. I really do apologize. We have Renee Silver. Is it Renee Silver? Yeah, that's Renee Silver there as well. Welcome. Yeah, that's everybody. If any new names pop in, I will give you an L shout out. But we've got the ones. So who on the panel wants the honor of doing the countdown?
Go ahead, Petey.
Oh, I did last time. You can do it, mate.
All right, I'll do this one then. Jesus, I'll do it then. Right.
Kyung.
Laugh.
Pronounce it.
I love it. I love it. We're like a bunch of bleeding teenagers. Right, here we go. It's been a while, says Raymond O'Reilly. Have you got your copy of The Fires of Pompeii ready? If it's been a while, I'm willing to wait a couple of seconds till you get your DVD in or your Blu-ray, whatever you're watching it on. I'm obviously watching it on DVD. And I have it right at the start. So as soon as I press play, the TARDIS is going to appear in what the Doctor thinks is Rome, but we find out very quickly it's Pompeii. Yeah, Volcano Day. Jack's saying that Christopher Eccleston's Doctor said that David Tennant actually got to say it's Volcano Day. So a little maybe RTD already had this planned. Maybe he planned to go to Pompeii all along. Because there was a little nod there. He says he's ready to go. Right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are off. Remember, the TARDIS is Celtic art.
These are actually the sets from Rome as well.
It's so
HBO
Rome.
series. Yeah, the HBO series. They use the same sets in Italy.
Oh yeah, and Chris has just had to remind me. It is a Mother's Day, a Mother's Day in the UK and Ireland. So happy Mother's Day to all the mummies out there. Well, do you know what's great about this is that Donna actually speaks Latin back.
Yeah. Yeah. Comes out as crap. Crap.
David's got that long coat.
So over bigger. I'd say more Camden. Oh.
There she is.
Great far London.
Karen.
Yeah. One. Oops.
That could be a problem in the future.
Oopsie doodle. What's the beginning?
Fires of Pompeii.
She's a friend of Geode.
Oh, I love this. Where? Right. No, because it does make sense. Sorry, I was gonna say something there, but then when I thought about it, I said, "Not better not that," because it'll make me start look like an idiot.
Taxi. Hey, it's Future Doctor.
Here he is,
Anson, honey.
handsome honey.
He's been in Doctor Who twice before he took the main role. He's in Torchwood as well.
Yeah.
John Frobisher.
Have to say, Sharon just said there. Could you imagine how chuffed Peter Capaldi would have been to be in Doctor Who? Because obviously he wrote those letters as a kid and stuff.
Yeah.
Save the artwork. Even back then, he's a typical teenage boy,
Yeah.
bored with it, bored with the status quo or whatever. Girl's got some psychic powers.
Yeah. Can't change time, Donna. The strange, strange creatures.
Tennant really has an expressive face. I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah, they got TARDIS on the scroll.
this is the new age. Well, technically, they were right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ray O'Reilly. Yeah, noticed.
Huh? Yeah.
Inspector. Why did that's how the Klingons say yes where was?
Yeah. Wow.
Actions of the god Vulcan.
Capaldi's good in this.
I love this fella. He was in Sherlock as well. He played the taxi driver in the very first episode.
He's been in loads of things, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's a shame they did him so bad in the series. He could have going on for a couple more years.
Yeah, Phil Davis. That's Phil Davis. He's very much a bit part player, Phil Davis.
He's an Spartacus.
Like Gleeman and Merlin.
Looks like, looks like a British Gary Busey or something.
That's it, yeah. Phil Davis has been loads of things. He's a bit part player.
He's pretty good as a bad
He's
guy.
good. Yeah, he's always good as like an adversary or a kind of mediocre character. Go look on Wikipedia. It's like he's in like 2 or 3 things a year.
He's a jobber.
That's it. It's a jobber. We call him a bit part player in the UK because they play background, secondary characters and tertiary characters.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Circuit board.
Yeah. Just been huffing the crack. Oh.
Oh, prophecies of women are limited. Oh, yes, JWs will go after him for that line.
Yeah. Snorting sulfur.
Oh.
Dioxide. You snorting the sulfur as well.
Huh? Oh. Oh.
Nice set.
Oh, there's the little. She is returning.
Yeah.
There's
There you go.
something
Yeah. There's about 3 of them in there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Medusa herself.
There's a cafe, yeah.
A lord of time. Love it.
It's like, how do you know that?
She's turning into a pyrovile.
Yep. She's turning to stone. The fires of Pompeii. It's actually very good though, because that's always been the thing. That remember when they found Pompeii, the citizens were basically stone.
Yeah.
That was a great little explanation by Russell T, wasn't it? Like they went to stone before the volcano hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, to explain it. Yeah, because they went and visited it, didn't they?
They were
They
stoned.
it. Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Have to say the sets and the locations were great.
Yeah, as I said, it was filmed in on the sets of Rome in Italy.
Damn.
It's a big studio in Italy where they got these kind of sets. Sadly, they burnt down a little while after.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The sets look really good.
Yeah, out there.
Bribing.
Exactly. The future. Yeah. TK. I remember that was as funny as hell. TK Maximus.
Hi, Cheryl.
She can't hear you now. She just keeps pausing her yoke and
Okay.
chatting. She's watching probably Love Island. Love Island.
This island was instant.
1 minute in, we haven't scored a bleeding goal yet. Had she got the right to tell her though?
Yeah. This is fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Din din din.
Uh,
Welcome to CNN. Fake news. She
I don't
must
know.
have.
They sort of visit this dilemma, several times through the history of the show. Like, should they interfere, like Barbara and the Aztecs and stuff? And
yeah, they had the whole Dalek one for Genesis of Daleks.
yeah,
Can I interfere with the evolution of Daleks? It's one of those big Dear Dilemma episodes, I like to call them. Celtic prayers.
I forget how good a doctor could be.
Yeah.
yourself.
Come on, let's see the hand. Disarmed him. I think I'm not at the same point as you guys now.
Chickens. We got chickens. Yeah, I can't give you a thingy because I'm watching the whole lot, all 3 episodes as one.
I'm at like 24-12.
It's a pyrovile.
Okay, they're running around in the street and there's something underneath.
Pyrovile. It's my bloody family in a nutshell.
Yep. A couple buckets of water takes care of him.
I have to be honest, that scene wouldn't work with any other companion.
No.
Ooh. The stranger will defile us. Ooh.
So, no, where are you at time-wise?
Where am I at? Oh, I'm on the PlayStation. Hold on. I'll see if I can. I don't know how to do this. I'm at. The doctor's just gone into the temple and he's sitting beside your woman now, the priestess.
Okay, for me, he just used a sonic screwdriver to release her.
Yeah, we're about 2 minutes ahead of you.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Watch it where you're watching it, pal. You can. We'll wait for you for it to finish anyway. Sure. So it'll be grand.
Well, if I'm off, the comments don't make any sense. It's like,
Oh, right.
Just about to say we're pyroviles.
Yeah, she's about to say it now. Yeah. Who you are? Ah, we are awakening.
Pyro vials.
I love this. Shadow proclamation. Rising. Oh. Pyro. Armand. He's after taking out the water pistol, Alpha.
Yellow water pistol, yeah.
Yeah, the
Blue
yellow
grips.
water pistol. Sorry, I'll try find the time. I don't know how to do this on the PlayStation. I think you press the options button. Hold on. The top menu. No.
Okay, I'm with you. I think.
Okay.
I don't know how this. I always start at the right time.
I
And then
know,
somehow,
yeah, we start on time and then I don't know, that happens to me sometimes, but when I watch them on the DVD it's fine, but when I watch them on my computer it happens to me as well, mate.
well, I'm using DVD. Maybe it's something about North American or something. I don't know. I always end up behind.
Sometimes I start to think that maybe they leave some scenes because I know they do that in certain countries. Maybe there's certain scenes that are not left out, but maybe shorter scenes or something. I don't know because that
Yeah,
does.
no, I don't think there's censor in America because
Yeah, because they're very religious kind of yachts, so they'd have to leave some of this stuff out, wouldn't they?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
That's a Father Christopher Miller question, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to get him on one of these watch alongs again because it's Series 4, so he'd have a bit more knowledge about the new hill.
Yeah, it depends if he's busy or not. And time
Yeah,
flies
he
over.
does his own little. I've seen him. He's doing the kind of like a faith to your fathers kind of thing with other priests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, this is a reveal.
20,000 people. And they really did die. 20,000 people died. Pompeii all died years ago. It's sad, isn't it? They
Yep,
wouldn't
the
have.
ones that weren't killed by the initial blast were killed by the bombardment of the pumice, the
Yeah.
smoke ash, the smoke, sulfuric gases.
Do you think there would have been any way to escape, though? No.
If you're on a boat, yes, you can probably
Yeah.
start sailing out and away.
Unless they had a big head start.
Yeah, because the
It
tails would
was
have caught
sad.
fire.
It was sad because, like,
Yeah.
you know, it happened early morning. So a
Yeah.
lot of people were in bed still.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But hot pumice hit the sails or the deck of the boat could set it alight.
It was devastating.
Oh yeah.
And Mount Vesuvius is still there. They could blow
Yep.
at any time. Actually, have you noticed? I know it's kind of a little bit off topic, but have you noticed that all of these most active volcanoes seem to be erupting lately?
Yeah.
There's something going on, man. What the hell? Earthquakes.
I think the gods are just very angry with us.
Probably. You're probably right, man. I don't, I'm not very religious, but you're probably right. You're probably right, man.
Something's angry with us. I don't know what.
But I tell you, seriously, I've noticed. Oh, and they said that the North Atlantic current. Oh no, the Gulf Stream. Gulf Stream. They reckon that's actually changing. So when they actually reported that, I wrote, "Oh, so we're gonna get day after tomorrow in real life." So
yeah. Yeah, the Gulf Stream can move around, so can the jet stream.
It means we're going to be full of snow and ice. Now, it won't be as bad as the day after tomorrow, but harsher winters, hardly any summers.
We had that in 2009. It was insane.
Yeah.
It rained the whole year.
I know. It did, didn't it?
Yeah. Even when it was sunny, it was raining.
Yeah.
As the Gulf Stream shifted.
I remember, actually, there was a surplus of water in the reservoirs that the Irish government was actually encouraging people to water the lawns and all and stuff.
Yeah.
Bring the water level down because it was too high.
Yeah.
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 The CGI is still brilliant in this as well, isn't it?
It's the mill. Do you realise the CGI gets a bit wonky after Series 8? So it goes from the mill to Molyneux.
There we go. We got another lost planet. Remember, planets and moons go missing. The bees disappear. RTD is just a legend when it comes to these little side plots. So there you go. That's all he needed to know. The whole planet is at stake, so he's got one job to do. This is sad, this scene coming up, actually.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you literally had the power to decide who lives and who dies. Wow. Yeah. I know. That is like still, I know everybody would say that's an easy choice, right? Well, 20 million over the world, but at the end of the day, I don't think it is that easy of a choice. You're literally condemning 20,000 people to death.
Yeah.
But the right choice was made, though. I mean, it'd be hard for you to do it, but I don't think I could live with that decision, to be quite honest.
It's one of those decisions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Minchin was a script editor on this one. They took over with Moffat as producer.
Look at his face. But this is what I love. Donna does it with him.
Yeah.
Do it together. You're not alone, Doctor, basically. That's what she's saying. Well, that's what you get, you little twat, for betraying your people. So good. You're going to die now for being an idiot.
Yeah.
This scene coming up as well. I'll tell you, RTD can do emotion. I mean, just one. Just save one. And I was with Donna on that one. You have to save one person. Come on. I don't know what it was. I think it was to be all right with the decision that he made. Like, just save someone.
Yeah.
And I love this because Peter Capaldi gets the line.
Well, if you can do it, if you can save him with no consequences, then why not?
Oh,
Whoops.
holy shit. And that's the way it would have been. That is just terrifying. The people, those poor people didn't have a hope in hell. Seriously, man. That is sad. But that's how you do a historical episode, by the way, Chibnall. Take notes, buddy. That's how you incorporate the Doctor into a fixed point in history without having to change much. Actually, you haven't changed that because Pompeii still fell. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's pretty much no escape.
I know. It's so sad. It actually is. There would have been kids and all. That's what I mean. Oh, that would be me. And I know for a fact that would be Cheryl if she was there, trying to save as many people as she could. Oh, this is how you write Doctor Who. For the modern era, I mean.
Here we go. As the bit comes back in the series 8. Sorry, in series 9.
Oh, man. Oh, Donna. Donna, go or he's going to leave you there.
Now you got to talk him back.
Catching Tate is just brilliant in this series, man. She brought out the best in this Doctor. Definitely did.
Look at his conflict.
His face, I know. This whole
Yeah.
thing is just pure beauty, man. Just save someone. Oh my god. I forgot how good this actually was. It's been a while. And then he looks at her, and then you know.
He's going to save him.
Yeah, you're right, Lee. It is a pretty harsh introduction for our companion. I mean, because their first adventure was kind of partners in crime, worked
Here you go.
itself, but this one didn't.
It's a scene I use in season 9.
Season 8, isn't it?
It's either season 8 or season 9, but there was this big hoo-ha, wasn't there? Oh, David Tennant's going to be back in season 9. It was just a clip being used from season 4.
Yeah.
That backlit shot with the light from behind him with his arm reaching out.
Yeah,
That's classic.
I know. It is. Pompeii will be found again. I'm glad it was found actually, because nobody should be forgotten in history, and the people of Pompeii should never be forgotten. Oh, yeah. Donna's humanity is what. That's what the Doctor needs. He needs that little bit of humanity. That's why companions are important. Look at that. I love this line though. You are right.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
she'll do it again in the next episode as well.
Welcome aboard. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. What is the next one? I forget what the next one is. Watch.
Answer
No.
the Ood.
Oh, it's not,
think.
is it? Oh, I love this and all.
I think so, unless there's something on Earth before that. They're in Egypt. Yeah, Planet of the Ood's next.
Yeah, it's where you start getting the narrative that the Doctor's coming to his end. Worship the TARDIS.
It is. It's oh man. I just love that theme tune. I'm gonna listen to it now because I have to. The Doctor done it. Ah, this was just brilliant this season, man. Do 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 do. Wow wow wow. Yes. Right. That was the fire of Pompeii. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed that episode, that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than last week.
Better than last week. Oh, yeah, because you're partners in crime. So I know some people don't like that. Right. Well, I'll tell you what to do, guys, in the chat while we're talking. If you want to give your ratings, I'll throw them up on the screen. And we'll start with the panel, and we'll ask the panel what they think. So, Alpha, do you want to give a brief review of this episode and give your rating? And just before you do, Problem Being says it felt like a proper Doctor Who. That's the thing it did. It actually did. I agree with you on that one. But go ahead, Alpha.
Yeah, this is good. This is what Doctor Who should be. Great writing, great acting from the main cast and the supporting actors. Great sets. It tugged at the heartstrings for this. I really enjoyed this. I would give this a 9 out of 10 for me.
A 9 out of 10. PD Rich.
Yeah, this one's definitely a 9 out of 10 from me as well, because this is the episode that they reference in the future, the regeneration of Peter Capaldi. I definitely think it's season 9, but I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to that.
Is that not season 8 where he's looking in the mirror? No.
No, it's a bit later when he realizes why he became the Doctor. When he took this face.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The massive reference. I'm going, we're getting all excited. David Tennant's coming back, and it's just a little clip from season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I call a major turning point episode in the franchise. This is also where Donna becomes a full companion. It doesn't take her as long as Martha though. Took almost half a series. Took to Gridlock before she became the companion. Donna's right in there. Yeah. But yeah, I do think this is one of the best episodes. So I'll give it a 9.
9 out of 10 as well. Right, before I give my review, I've thrown up some of the scores already. So Lee has given it an 8.5. Laura Thott gave it an 8.5. Lee Halford gave this a 6. Chris Persia gave it a 9 out of 10. And we got another 9 out of 10 from Kung. And me, I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I just look. I mean, there's certain scenes in this that just really get to you. That scene where they have to make the choice. I mean, the fact that Donna puts her hands on basically the detonator as well, so the Doctor doesn't have to do it on his own. Little scenes like that, absolutely amazing. So
and Catherine Tate really sells the emotion.
Yeah, exactly. She's very, very good actually in this story. She's very good in season 4. Obviously, she did get her chance to really shine and turn left, which is coming up when we get to near the end of the season. But yeah, it's look, this is brilliant, and even next week's episode is another high scoring one for me. I love this next one. Sorry about Ted. His mummy has obviously gone to the toilet or something, and Ted doesn't like that she's left the room, so he's going to be a little terrorist now for the next few minutes.
Little vocal.
Very vocal. But yeah, Midnight was brilliant. Midnight is one of my favorite. Midnight is actually a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. I think Midnight is absolutely fantastic. Everybody knows how I feel about Midnight. But yeah, I can't wait. This season is brilliant now. This season has officially kicked off now, and it gets better and better, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, anything else, guys, you just want to add?
Yeah, as I said before earlier, this was all filmed on the same sets used for Rome in Italy. So the production values were quite high on this one.
Yeah.
Well, Tate's known primarily, as I think most people probably think of her as comedic.
Yeah.
actress, but she can do drama, and she really, I think she's a really good dramatic actress too.
No, I think she's a great actress. Actually, I think she gets unfair stick because of the Runaway Bride with Doctor Who fans. I always say, don't judge her on that story, because I even have to admit she grinds me gears a little bit in that story, but that's the way she was written in that story. So, even then, right, you can see that her life experiences when she meets the Doctor and partners in crime. She said that she traveled the world, she did all of this other stuff. So you could see that there was some character that within the first couple of minutes, like of her telling the Doctor, we got to know what she was up to. We got to know what she did. She went to Egypt, she went to Rome, she did all the touristy stuff. But I like
and like when you jump ahead. I mean, not to jump ahead, but to like Journey's End and stuff when he's going to wipe her memory. That scene that's heartbreaking.
It is because she reverts back because she's reverting back to the old Donna, the Donna that didn't have those life experiences, that didn't grow. That's what I mean. She was reset. That actually annoyed me. I have to be honest. I know they did it in Classic Who with Jamie, but the Donna one never set up well with me. I have to admit that really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, she's underrated by some of the fandom. But I think personally, she's the best New Who companion, and I know that'll be controversial to some people, but to me, I think she is. I think Catherine Tate is the best New Who companion that we've gotten. Where would she sit as New Who companion to you guys?
Yeah, she's definitely high up in the companions chart for me. She's quite high up. I'd say she's about the same level as Donna Noble.
No, that's who we're talking about.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I just had a brain fart then. Why did I have a brain fart then? Oh, I'm having brain farts. So yeah, Donna Noble the same rank as Donna.
Listen, you're allowed one once in a while.
I know.
So you're good. So she'd be top companion for you, would she?
She's definitely up there with Martha Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just below Rose. Yeah.
I kind of like Rose because she was like the original, but yeah, Catherine's right up there, probably right behind that.
I think all the series 1 to 4 companions are good.
Say Donna is their favorite companion, and I do know. Listen, look, I know this. Billy Piper kind of wins every New Who companion poll because, as Alpha rightly said, she was the first companion of the New Who era, so there's always going to be that. But for me, I think it is Donna, and I think I'd say Martha is second. Just there's not
fair.
Much gap between the two of them, to be quite honest with you. But I'd put her second. But actually, Rose doesn't finish too high up on my list. Actually. I did a companion list before. I think Rose finished 5th or something. So because I think there was better companions. Because I didn't like Rose in season 1 and 2. Thought she was a bit selfish and full of herself.
She was.
I thought she evolved in series 2. I thought series 1, she was a bit selfish.
Series 4 now she was a little bit better, but that's what she wasn't in that much. But when she did return, she didn't grind me gears as much. But still, Billy Piper with a gun in her hand, I just don't find that believable. Still don't. Rose was alright, just wasn't a fan of the soap opera shit, says Lee. Yeah, well, that's yeah.
It's better than soap opera shit now.
We've got soap opera stuff now. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Donna is underrated with a lot of fans, but I think for me, as I said, that they got the balance right in this series with Doctor and Companion. And the good thing about it is the fact that David Tennant and Catherine Tate were obviously good friends as well, helped the
Yeah.
situation. I mean, the chemistry on screen was brilliant. You could see even when they were doing the funny bits that they genuinely were having fun. And that's what you want to see. You want to see them having fun and enjoying the experience. So, yeah, I loved Donna and the Doctor. I think this is my favorite season of Tennant, to be quite honest with you, because he's a bit more serious in this. I mean, the next episode he's serious and he's not really joking, and then we get the silence in the library and Forest of the Dead. I think that comes up then shortly after that. So it's pretty, and then we've got obviously the Satan Pit and the Impossible Planet in this series. So there's a couple of two-parters. The David Tennant's Doctor is far more serious in this season than he is in any other season, I think. And remember, in between that, we have Midnight as well, and then we've also got the three-part finale, as I call it, Turn Left, and then the Stolen Planet and Journey's End.
Yeah,
which is brilliant. So you just want to add anything else?
What was I going to tell you? As I said, it's got Karen Gillian in it as well, along with Peter Capaldi. So it's high production values. So it's it's a good episode. It's quite accurate as well.
Someone actually brought that up actually about what you call it, the people that they were getting as support and cast. Look at the quality of them to the quality that they're bringing in now.
Yeah,
I think it's a very relevant point actually. To be honest, because
people wanted to be on the show then.
It's become a bit of an embarrassment now.
People want to avoid it now.
Oh.
Ted agrees.
Avoid it. Yeah,
Ted agrees. Ted agrees. I mean, look, I still have firm belief that, BBC can't keep cocking it up and that they have to do something. And I think we're getting to that point now where they have to do something. So I say this sooner rather than later, start again if you have to. I'm not a fan of reboots or anything. You don't even have to reboot. I'd be happy if you just carried on and ignored the fact that this era actually existed. That's all you have to do. Just carry on and pretend it doesn't exist. Like some fans in this fandom pretend that the movie doesn't exist. You could do the same with this era. I'll just start it here. Amy and Rory by the end were great. So there's a couple of people that love Amy and Rory as their second in their list of companions. I love Amy and Rory myself as well, and they were to be honest, Karen Gillan's character Amy gets a lot of stick. She's not there because she ordered the two boys around. At the time, remember, nobody really said anything about it, but I guarantee you now, you are getting half of these YouTubers now reviewing it. This is exactly what they say. Oh, it says some mad feminist crap going on in this. Blah, blah, look at her telling the two strong leads what to do.
Well, to be fair, to start out, she was kind of selfish too. She was like she keeping Rory on the side while hanging out with the Doctor and stuff.
He did, but you know what?
At first, that changed.
Yeah, and that scene where she's telling, well, you think she's talking about the Doctor, and she goes, "It's always been you," right? And she says, "Shut up, stupid face." And Rory thinks she's talking about the Doctor, and then when he finally meets up with her again, then she calls him stupid, and then he realizes, oh, she loves me.
Right.
And I thought that was great. And I was glad he did that to her character because, she was kind of annoying me the way she was treating Rory. But at the end of the day, she more than make up for it, even in the dream. Remember the dream, the dream world one. Remember, she sacrificed herself so she could have Rory back. So, I mean, she more than made up for the way she treated him at the start. And listen, she was a young girl. This guy wanted to marry her and tie her down. Some women, they need to breed for a while and then settle down. And that's what Amy did with the doctor. She needed to breed for a while and she went off. Now, all right, granted, she did try kiss the doctor, which was a bit over the top. But you could see the doctor straight away gets Rory onto the TARDIS to make sure that she doesn't lose track of, because the doctor, I do love the way Matt Smith's doctor is so awkward in those situations. Actually, he's the most awkward doctor in those situations. I have to be honest. I can't wait till we get to see the fourth season of Matt Smith's, because it's actually pretty good. And Karen Gillan is still rocking it. I have to say, I had a crush on her when that series came out. I was 20. She was 18 or something. I was in my 20s. So yeah, but still had a bit of a crush on her. Who didn't? To be quite honest with you. Of course, she does get criticised in some corners. Moffat does get criticised for overly sexualising Amy Pond, because obviously she was in a lot of short skirts and stuff like that. But the thing about her, she was more than just the short skirts. She was a kick-ass companion. And remember, she also had her own thing. I mean, that episode that we get to eventually, where she's in the different rooms, do you remember? And she's stuck in a time period. And then he goes and Doctor has to make a decision. Like, that's heartbreaking. Karen Gillan is brilliant in that. The Girl Who Waited, I think it's called.
That's the one.
Yeah. Brilliant episode. I bleed love it. She even has a robot called Rory. But brilliant. But look, again, these idiots don't get it. There's a thing called character development. She might have started off like that, but she was always pretty strong. I mean, look at her in the first scene. She hit the doctor with a baseball bat because he broke into her gaff. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that she's a strong woman, knocking a man out with a baseball bat, well, I don't know what is with you people.
And she handcuffed him to them.
Yeah, exactly, man. And she stood there and lied through her fucking teeth. Like, that takes a lot of courage. So she was a strong companion. So was Donna a strong companion. Martha was a strong companion. And in fairness, Rose became a stronger companion by being with the doctor and starting to take more risks. So, like, the companion makes the doctor a better person. And sometimes traveling with the doctor will make his companions better people,
Yeah.
And then sometimes it might have the opposite effect, but but most of the time it works out. Or they end up on the parallel universe. Yeah. Or they end up getting their mind wiped. But other than that, it works out. But yeah, I can't wait for the next cut. I mean, this season's brilliant, and I think the fourth season of Moffat with Matt Smith is brilliant. And then we get season 6, which isn't too bad, but that's the season that they cut in half, which didn't go down well with fans.
Oh no, it was awful.
Yeah, that didn't go down well.
They did it with 7 as well.
Yeah, and they did it with 7 as well. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'd say to everybody out there, if you can, start getting your physical media now. Start collecting if you haven't already. I have the whole series on tape. I don't know if Doctor Who is going to continue anymore or not.
You need to buy your physical media because the streaming companies are editing all of these, right? You're signing up to all these streaming services and they're editing them, right? Because people are offended by certain scenes and stuff like that. Alpha is right. Go out and buy physical media. Some countries will be opening up again soon. Get yourselves into those second-hand DVD stores like CEX. I don't know if the ones in America are, but go to them. Get your physical media. You'll get a DVD for a $1, man. If it's an old movie, right? Buy your physical media. Because these streaming services, this is what they're doing. They're deliberately editing some of these shows because you get some twat that's watching a movie and will be offended by something that's in the movie. So then Netflix then have
Yeah.
to, that person goes on to Twitter and gets outraged and tells everybody about that outrage. And then Twitter did it like what they did with Back to the Future. Netflix actually took the ooh la la scene out of Back to the Future after some twat complained, right? But then after the fans of Back to the Future and basically the general public pushed back, Netflix reversed the decision and put the scene back in. Listen for a minute, right? If you're offended by something that's in an old movie or an old TV show, right, this is what I say to you guys. Don't watch it. Don't ruin it for everybody else. Just because you're an offended little twat and you'll never amount to anything in your life doesn't mean that you have to ruin our fun. Yeah? Now, if you want your leftist comedy twats, right, if you want all of that shit, you go and have that and enjoy that. But you're not going to take away our entertainment because you're an offended little snowflake. I'm sick of all of these people. Leave it alone. Father Ted, Faulty Towers, what next? Only Fools and Horses, going after My Fair Lady as well. Yous are pathetic. Get a life. As Eminem said, get off the bleeding internet and get out and get yourselves a real life, real friends, and stop with all of this outrage. By the way, if you haven't seen his song, so someone on TikTok tried to cancel him, right? And then obviously her supporters then tried to cancel him. Eminem responded as Eminem always does when someone tries to cancel him. He did a new tune. It's called Tone Deaf. If you haven't heard it, you should listen to it. The first fucking sentence in the bleeding song is so offensive that I know for a fact that half of these little Gen Zs would have been puking in puke buckets, right? He destroyed them all, and he destroyed this girl in particular that started it all, but he destroyed them all. It's called Tone Deaf. If you haven't heard it, you just have to listen to the song. I might actually react to it on the Irish Geek, actually, because you could do that kind of stuff when your channel is not monetized. You get a copyright claim, but it won't be a copyright strike. So maybe I'll react to it on the Irish Geek. If you haven't heard it, you just have to check it out. It's basically, and he actually even says they'll try cancel him until the day he dies. So he knows these fuckers are going to come after him time and time again. Do you know why they're outraged? Because of a lyric that he did 20 years ago. He did a song 20 years ago, and this twat was obviously listening to his songs or something, and she came across this lyric which was super offensive. Eminem has been super offensive since day one, right? The US government has even tried to take this man down. And you think some twat on TikTok is going to take him down? You ain't taking Eminem down. Eminem is the GOAT. You don't take down the GOAT. The GOAT takes down you. Simple as that, right? I remember when he first burst onto the scene, I was a teenager. Couldn't believe how brilliant he was. Seriously. And he's still, okay, his music over the last few years hasn't been the quality that it has in his early years. But when shit like this happens and he gets called out by someone, he does individual songs, yeah? And they're just absolutely brilliant. He is the GOAT. Listen, if Tupac was still alive, we know who the better. Tupac will always be, to me, the best rapper of all time. But there's no denying that Eminem is up there with him. I don't care what anybody says. People can argue with me on it. Eminem is a modern day Shakespeare of words. Well, listen to his lyrics, man. I mean, he can make art and rhyme. He can literally make art and rhyme. He can come up with different bars. Oh man, this he's a legend. He's a legend. And he's 48 now. Eminem, I can't believe it. Eminem is 48 years of age now.
No way.
He's like 2 years away from 5-0. He actually uses that lyric in the song as well. I'm 48, getting near 5-0, just like seriously, the very first scene in it is him sitting in the car, right? And he goes, I can't hear you. I've got an ear infection and I can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. That's what he says. And now I'll have to make this stream for an adult now because I used that lyric. But there you go. He literally, in the first 2 lines of the song, makes these little kids puke into a sick bucket. They want to leave it out. But yeah, Alpha, sorry, because you were talking about physical media, but it is important that you buy your physical media because they're trying to censor everything, right? And it's just getting worse. Look at it since the twat got into the White House. I won't say any more because I don't want to start an argument with the wife. But since that twat has got in, it's gotten worse, right? And it's going to get worse, folks. Okay? So people like
get it while you can, because
that's it. Buy that physical media before they start bleeding, destroying that like they did with the book burnings back in the day. Telling you, this is how bleeding far they'll go. They don't want us to enjoy anything. They're finding even TV shows with one controversial episode. They're not happy with just cancelling that episode. They want the showrunners of those shows, writers of those shows to be cancelled as well. They're sick. They're sick. And then you see their comedy. Their comedy is not even funny. Their TV shows are not even funny, right? They produce all of these TV shows, science fiction shows and all, and they're boring. They're shit. The writing's crap. Character development is non-existent. That's the future, folks, if we let them win. So buy your physical media, because why do you think I'm doing the movie straight? Listen, next week's movie on the Irish Geek is going to be controversial anyway, because if you haven't seen the trailer of the movie that I've chosen,
brother,
yeah, that movie was written by the Coen brothers. So, but it's a good movie. But there's a lot of colorful language in this movie. So I'm surprised they haven't tried to cancel that either. See, this is what I mean. You know, this movie was brilliant. I don't know if anybody has actually seen it, but it's a great movie. I think it's a great choice. Can't wait to watch it. But if you haven't seen the trailer, go and check it out. But next week, I'm thinking of either doing Trading Places or
oh, that's good,
or maybe Coming to America Part 1. I have to see if it's on Netflix, of course. But if they are, well, then I'm definitely doing Trading Places the week after the movie that I've chosen for Thursday. So yeah.
Yeah, Trading Places is a great movie. That's fun.
I love it.
Really funny.
It is. Where's Cheryl then? She's just walking out the door. Where's Mommy gone? She gone to the shop, is she? She gone to the shop without telling Daddy she's gone. She didn't ask Daddy if he wanted a munch or nothing. She's gone running. Damn. She did that on the slide head, didn't she? Didn't she, buddy? She did the little sneaky outie. You know, I'm probably getting upset. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that she doesn't like it. But yeah, I mean, look, buy your physical copies. Just, you know, it's important more than ever. Because these people are not going to stop until they cancel absolutely everything, until everything is gone. Right? It used to be about our favorite franchises, and them going after our favorite franchises, but they're going after everything that they find. Everything.
Sesame Street, Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. Everything. Absolutely everything. And why? Because they're miserable little bastards, and they know they'll never amount to anything, so they want the rest of us to be miserable. Well, I'm sorry. It's not my fault that your lives are pathetic. Yeah? But you're not going to stop us from enjoying our entertainment. Definitely not. Oh, by the way, as you know, the Schneider Cut will be coming out very, very soon. But apparently, and I don't want to kind of go into this on this channel, but I will be live tomorrow on the Irish Geek instead of tonight because I've got stuff to talk about. I want to talk about the Schneider Cup that's coming up, but there's a lot of rhetoric coming out. So apparently, if you're a fan of the Schneider Cup, you're a terrorist.
What?
Congratulations, well done. So we're all talking apparently. Well, Bounding into Comics did an article. So apparently, if you do like this, because we're all right wing extremists and stuff. See, the problem with these people is they don't actually live in their own little bubbles and actually think that America is the only country that exists. They don't realize that there's actually other countries out there that exist. So to let you know, I ain't no terrorist. I'm not from America. Yeah, I'm Irish. Okay, and I'm looking forward to the Schneider Cup. And if you want to call me a terrorist, come and say it to me face, and you'll see what will happen. Yeah.
Well, I'm from America. I'm not a terrorist either.
Right, Alva's not a terrorist. PD Rich is not a terrorist. Everybody in the chat isn't. Right? Just because you like something, do you know what this is? Right? This is a combination of a couple of things. Jealous fans who didn't believe that the Schneider Cup exists, and they're butthurt because it does exist and they've been burnt badly. And then you've got others that obviously just hate Zack Schneider, and no matter what he does, they're going to be, they're going to
especially after all he's been through as well.
Yeah. But the reason why the biggest outrage is because HBO Max, along with Zack Schneider, have decided to give fans what they want.
Right.
Now, there is this talk, and I will talk about it on the Irish Geek tomorrow. I will be live streaming on it, by the way. There is this talk of restore the Schneider verse, which I will talk about. All I'll say here on this channel is that I wouldn't be getting ahead of ourselves just yet. And there are reasons behind that, which I will discuss on the Irish Geek tomorrow. Now, if Alpha or PD, if you are around, obviously if you are going to watch the Schneider Cup, but if you're interested in hearing what I have to say and then coming on a panel with me and discussing stuff, if you're available tomorrow. I know it's short notice, so don't worry if you can't make it. But the offer is there if you just want to come on tomorrow when we discuss this. But the thing about it is, right, I'm starting to get a little bit worried, right? And maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist as well. Right now, I know Zack Schneider lately has been getting up close and personal with the Fandom Menace. Right now, I know they're doing a lot of stuff for charity, right, and that part of it is fine, right. But I was thinking about why Zack Schneider would be, interacting with the Fandom Menace, and I came to a couple of conclusions, and one of the biggest one was this. Well, what if this movie is actually bad, right? What if it's not an improvement on the Justice League that we already got, right? He knows for a fact now that the Fandom Menace is not going to criticize this movie, no matter how bad it is. They're not going to turn on him after bringing them on their channels and promoting these charities and doing the auctions and all of that other stuff, right? There's no way, right? So, I mean, already, right, when the reviews of this movie comes out from certain members, they're going to be skewed because they've had this little thing with Zack Schneider. And the problem I have is that, if this movie isn't an improvement on what we've already got, will these YouTubers actually be honest about it, or will they give it a favorable review because of, as I said, that he's having with them? I think this is very clever by Zack Schneider, actually. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not the Fandom Menace's fault. I think this is a very clever ploy by Zack Schneider. I'm starting to get worried because they're overhyping this movie to bits. We keep getting these new clips or new photos, and it's starting to get overhyped for me. And the thing about it is that fans' expectations now, you could see it on Twitter. And I know Twitter is not the center of the universe, but if you go by Twitter, right, the fans are hyping this up as well. They're saying it's going to be epic. And I think fans should hold back a bit because you might be disappointed. And I'm just afraid that it is getting overhyped right now. And I think they need to tone it down a little bit, to be quite honest with you. I get you want to promote them, but don't be showing extra little clips or extra little photographs to get the hype up even more. People are already hyped up for this as it is, right? Don't overkill the thing. Don't overkill it. Now, this whole Restore the Schneiderverse I will be talking about on the Irish Geek, but that is interesting. I think that is a premature call, to be quite honest with you. Some people are even going as far as to say that Warner Brothers, why don't they just admit that they got it wrong and reinstate Schneider? Look, just because this is gone on HBO Max, right, doesn't mean that the Schneiderverse is going to be restored. So I would hold back on that for now. It would depend on the success of this film, to be quite honest with you, if they even consider it. But no, Zach has to promote his movie because Warner Brothers has a yeah, I get that he's promoting his movie, right? But he's going to, right, listen, here's the thing. I'd be sitting here complaining if he went to YouTubers on the left or perceived left, right? But he's going to YouTubers on the perceived right. Do you get me? Right? And there's a reason why he's doing that. Because he knows that the fandom menace are highly critical of stuff, which rightly so. They have every right to be mad at Star Wars and to have the criticisms that they have of other stuff, right? So he knows that these guys are you know what I mean, are what you call a highly critical. And I think there is a little bit of, Zack Snyder kind of, going to them to kind of, see if, they'll go, not that he's asked them directly, but that they'll go easy on the movie. And that worries me. That worries me. My theory, but go ahead, Alpha, because I don't want to get into too much. I know I already have, but go ahead.
No, I don't think there's anything left to write about him. It's just, this was his vision, and it was all cut up, and all his original stuff was taken out. And this is just a chance to show how it was originally meant to be. And I think it's a lot better than what we ended up with. So we'll just have to see and take it on its face value.
Yeah, it's director's cut, so
Yeah,
sometimes they're brilliant, sometimes they're terrible. It's just what happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
nice to have them,
I'm actually getting worried about it being overhyped, because what if okay, some of the stuff that he's putting in is great, but the rest of it,
I've seen what was taken out, and it makes it's a lot better.
Yeah, but I just hope that I do see this being overhyped. Maybe I'm just worried because I have, like, most of the fans out there, when there was talk of this Schneider cut, I was following people that were talking about it and that were investigating it and stuff. So I've been interested about this ever since I found out there was a possibility of this cut. Now, I don't like the Justice League movie. I think it was a shambles, to be quite honest. And obviously, we found out why, because of Joss Whedon. But I just don't want fans to be disappointed. I do believe, look, if you overhype a movie, there's a danger that look at what happened.
You don't want the expectations to be too high.
Exactly, but look what happened with WandaVision, right? Now, obviously, me and Alpha didn't mind the end of it. Actually, it wasn't bad to us, right?
No, it was great.
To other fans out there, and I've seen bigger YouTubers, people that I know as well, say that it started off great and then it ended badly, right? Now, we're all entitled to our different opinions, but I tell you why everybody's butthurt. I said this on the Irish Geek, right? See, what happened is that when Elizabeth Olsen came out and said there'll be a cameo of the level of the Luke Skywalker cameo in Mandalorian. Fans then went into overdrive. Well, who could she be talking about? And they all came up with their own theories, right? Unfortunately, what they didn't realize is I think she was actually talking about White Vision, right? And to her, maybe just to her, that was a Luke Skywalker kind of cameo to her. But fans are all thinking it was Mephisto, whatever you call
Yeah,
it.
she never said that. She never said that though.
Yeah,
It's misquoted. I'd have to check the sources again, but she never said that. It's been misreported over and over and over again.
all right, well, okay, well then if it's big, but there you go. But others have been reporting that that's exactly what she said.
She didn't.
So, again, that's what I'm saying. And I have noticed as well that a couple of people they'll bend the truth a little bit to get the clickbaity stuff in. I don't like all of that shit. But look, this is what's happening in fandom. It's not my job to fucking tell people how to run their channels. If you want to run it that way, fine. But not my cup of tea. But yeah, but listen, this will be an interesting conversation to have on the Irish Geek. So if PD Rich, as I said, I know it's short notice, but if you want to jump on with me tomorrow, and Alpha, if you want to jump on with me tomorrow, and we'll talk about this more in depth. And I'll get you guys as well to give me your opinion as well. But all I'll just say is that for WandaVision, for me, I think that's what happened. I think fans, obviously Alpha now has had to explain that was misquoted, but everybody obviously thought that she did say it, and they went with that, and then they start coming up with their own theories of who they thought was going to show up. And because that didn't happen, and even the director actually, before the last episode dropped, before the second last episode dropped, he did an interview where he said, well, some fans might be disappointed because he already preempted that fans were coming up with all these theories, and he was trying to let you know, that wasn't going to happen, without actually coming out and saying it. But you didn't take it, and then when the things didn't happen, and then someone says, well, that they didn't like the cat fight between Wanda and what's her Agatha Harkness. I mean, I thought that was brilliant.
How did you think that was going to go down?
I don't know I really don't know what fans want anymore. I really don't. It's a female-led franchise, but yet they still have problem with it because the dude happened to be the bad guy. Like, get over yourselves. Most of the wars, if you check throughout history, were actually started by men. Now, whether you agree with that or not, that's the fact of the matter. So get over yourselves. I think everybody is getting a bit too militant on this crap. Right? It was a female-led franchise. Right? There's going to be a lot of strong female characters in it. If that somehow has bruised your ego, well, then I'm sorry. I mean, for fuck's sake, come on. Thatcher started the war. Oh, Jesus, one woman in the history of whatever. One woman. Well, there's a few, actually, throughout the history, especially.
I'd rather much see
Wanda. Yeah, go on.
I'd rather see Wanda going forth being the face of the MCU than Captain Marvel.
I agree with you. I agree. But, look, you're always going to have critics. You're always going to have fans that are not happy. But I just think lately it's getting to ridiculous proportions now. I mean, they're literally giving about everything. It was like for the Mandalorian, it was Baby Yoda eating unfertilized eggs and apparently he was genocide. Right? I mean, they complained about that snake creature or whatever you want to call it not being the same as it is in the EU or the way it was portrayed in certain whatever. Get over yourselves. If you are enjoying the show, enjoy it. If you are not enjoying it because you have a thing against Disney, well, then don't watch it. Don't watch it. But let everybody else that enjoys it watch it. And I'm sorry, I don't want to burst a few bubbles here, but Mandalorian season 3 will be fine without Gina Carano and the child. So you need to get over that one as well.
By the way, it happens. That's what it happens.
It will happen, PD. Listen, right? Disney, when all of this nonsense started with Gina Carano, he had 90 million worldwide subscribers. It's gone past 100 million. So I think Disney will be okay. And it doesn't matter with the rhetoric that's out there about, Mandalorian being not popular anymore or fell off the face of the earth. Well, that's what normally happens when a show has aired and is over. When people are waiting on the next season, that happens. See, I don't like this. There's a lot of fake rhetoric going out there. The fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, Disney will be fine. They're going through a global pandemic and they're still fine, right? They might have to restructure, but Disney will be fine, right? Mandalorian will survive without Cara Dune's character because she wasn't in it that much, okay? She was a bit part character, that's it. The child, yes, okay, that will be a bit more of a challenge. But I do believe that Mandalorian season 3, if it goes ahead, as PD Rich has indicated, it mightn't go ahead, but I doubt that. I think they'll go full steam ahead with all the shows that they have planned, to be honest with you. Because Disney don't give a fuck. Listen, Disney don't give a fuck. This is what you fans don't realise. You can boycott all you want. Disney know that other fans will sign up. You know what I mean? Because that's how big they are. They have their fingers in everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to be impossible to do a proper boycott of Disney because you would literally have to give up nearly every piece of TV that you watch. Because
ESPN, ABC, and many
Hulu,
others.
He owned 80% of Hulu. A lot of people watch Hulu. Don't just. He's going to give up his precious Hulu as well. It's not about just cancelling Disney, boycotting or cancelling Disney Plus. By the way, Disney is more than Disney Plus. Right? You've got to get people to boycott the parks. You've got to get people to stop buying the merchandise. And I'm sorry, whether you like it or not, people are still buying the Star Wars merchandise. And they're going to continue to give money to Disney. So, I mean, look, these shows will survive. They will. Mandalorian will be fine. Right? This fake retro that's going to be doom gloom because Cara Dune's not going to be in it anymore. She was a bit part character. Yeah, she's one of my favorite characters, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, the show's called The Mandalorian. It's not called the Cara Dune show. Okay? So, simple as that. Simple as that. And if that's the only reason why people don't watch, well, then you're not fans. Then don't watch them. Simple as that. If the only reason why you're not going to watch is because she's not in it anymore, well, then you're not a fan of The Mandalorian. Go, live, and let everybody else that is a fan of The Mandalorian enjoy it. It's called The Mandalorian, not the Cara Dune show. Okay.
I did like me some Baby Yoda though.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be hard to replace the child, right? I'm not going to deny that. But when they put Cara Dune's character at the same level as the child and say that her character is going to have an adverse effect on how the show is done, I disagree. I'm sorry. Now, people have talked about recast. No, you don't recast her, you just kill her off. Simple as that. It's done, it's clean. That way, then you're not upsetting anybody. You're not upsetting all the Gina Carano fans. Just kill her off. Right? Just simple as that. Kill her character off and introduce another female character that isn't Gina Carano. Simple as that. Done. So, yeah, that's my rant over. So, would any of you guys like to add that?
No, I don't think so.
Seriously, man, I just wish it stopped. Just like, if you don't enjoy something, don't watch it. Don't watch it. I mean, I know they're like, people like myself review stuff, yeah? So, that's fine. But I mean, if what's this? HBO Max has lifted the embargo on social media reactions for Zack Snyder's Justice League a day early, and these are absolutely glowing. Well, I hope.
News is in.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not all false. I hope it's genuine. You know, I see this movie being. I just don't want it to be a letdown. I really want this to be, because it could potentially, and I will talk about it on the Irish Geek tomorrow. It could potentially kickstart the Snyderverse, but right now I think that's premature to be even talking about restore the Snyderverse. No, not yet. Got to remember as well, as Henry Cavill's Superman is part of that, and if indications and rumors are to be believed, he's not going to be Superman anymore. So I mean, you know, if they restore the Snyderverse, well, then it means they have to do another Man of Steel movie or whatever. And then Ben Affleck did say there might be a possibility of him coming back as Batman, but it could be a HBO kind of thing, like they're doing with Zack Snyder. We could have stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. I just hope this movie just has to be better than what we got, and it actually has to make sense as well. By the way, it's a 4-hour movie. So I'm a bit kind of, 4 hours. I've sat through 4-hour movies before. I mean, Schindler's List is over 4 hours, isn't it? And I sat through that. But this is different. This is going to be a lot to take in. Might have to watch it in 2 parts or something. But I just hope it's better, and I just hope it does make sense. And I hope the story is good, because I'm sorry, but I'm one of those people that do believe Zack Snyder is great at, creating a universe. He's great at the visual effects and stuff like that. But when it comes to storytelling, that's his weak Achilles heel, and it always has been. His storytelling is not quite as strong as the rest of his work. So this story has to be strong. He's introducing a lot of characters, and he's also given us, the Joker that obviously, apparently, we should have got. So there's a lot in there, but the storytelling has to be good. It's all well and good having beautiful shot after beautiful shot after beautiful shot in the movie, but if it doesn't make bleeding sense and isn't coherent, then all of that to me kind of disappears, And this is what I think a 4-hour movie. Well, he's really trying to do something here, because 4 hours is a bit pretentious if you ask me, even for a Snyder cut. 4 hours, like. So he's to pack a lot in. He's got to make the story make sense as well. And yeah, I mean, he's hyped it up so much now that the ending better be better than the ending that we actually got. Because, fans will be, I'm telling you, I can already see it. There's going to be fans that have hyped this movie up, and they're going to be disappointed. And then that's when people start turning again on Schneider. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. That's why I hope this movie blows everybody out of the water, including me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this 4-hour is a masterpiece. And then I'll go out and I'll buy it. And then, yes, I'll get behind restore the Snyderverse. Then I'll get behind it. Because, I think he does deserve another chance. I mean, the way they screwed him over, he deserves this. He deserves us to see this. And we deserve to see this movie. I just hope it's not a letdown. Please don't be a letdown. Oh, I pray to God it's not a letdown. Really,
I don't think it's going to be a letdown.
I hope not, because the trailer was absolutely sensational. I mean, that trailer blew me away. Oh, by the way, the Batman has wrapped up filming as well. We'll be talking about that tomorrow on the Irish Geek as well. Interesting.
Leave the sex scenes in.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah. I wonder what they've done with the Batmobile.
Well, with Twilight Batman.
Yeah,
Sprayed it down with bleach.
Well, look, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge because I'll tell you why. I know a lot of people were displeased about the trailer, but I was actually one of the very few that actually did like that trailer, and I'm not going to lie, I did. I know some of you don't like the music in it and thought, oh, look, he's got the black circles around his eyes. He looks like an emo Batman, but he literally wears black makeup. They just shown it in this. They just happened to show it in this movie. Like, so I don't know what the big deal is with that. But when I have heard the things that Robert Pattinson has come out with, the statements that he's made, it doesn't bode well. But that doesn't mean that this movie is not going to be great. I wouldn't judge this movie on his behavior recently and the stuff that he has said, because you never know, the rest of them might actually do a good job, and he might actually surprise us all. He might be a twat.
Wasn't he in that Lighthouse movie with the what's it?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson, man. When he was announced as Batman, I was kind of like,
I don't know. He was in some movie with
Tenant recently.
I don't know, man. I'll give this Batman a go because it has Colin Farrell in it. I'm interested to see
Bullseye.
To see his version of the Penguin. Isn't he playing the Penguin? Yeah, he's playing the Penguin. So I want to see his version of the Penguin. And I have to be honest, in that trailer, his voice, when he did the voiceover with the Penguin's voice, was absolutely brilliant, actually. So, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go and see what the movie is like. I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson. I'm not expecting much of him as Batman, but you never know. He could do another Heath Ledger on his own. Even though we all know he's a twat, but if he actually performs this well and actually puts everything into it, even though he's indicated that he doesn't really give a shit, but if he actually does and has made effort and he does do it justice, then, I think he'll have to be praised for it if he pulls out a good performance. When I heard he had sex on the Batmobile with your one that was playing Catwoman, that kind of just threw me. I was like, are you serious? The director walks in on you with the rest of his staff and you're there on the Batmobile banging your co-star. And apparently Matt Reeves has said he won't work with Patterson again. So that puts the sequels up in the air now, because apparently if this movie did well, we were going to get sequels. So if that's the case, if Matt Reeves has actually come out and said that, well then there could be another recast for fucking Batman.
Well, I think did Patterson, he didn't want to put in any work or any physical work to get in shape for the role.
No, he didn't. He didn't. So what they'll probably do is CGI him to bits with muscles to make him look bigger than he is, because he's a lazy twat. But again, if he puts out a performance that's actually good. Remember, Marlon Brando, right, was so lazy that he used to get people to hold cue cards up for him when he was doing scenes, right? So, but he gave some of the best performances and won an Oscar. So, you can get actors like this that just don't give a fuck, but then when it comes to the performance, they give it everything. So I wouldn't be listening to what the little twat's saying in interviews. I'd wait and see. Listen, I'm going to give the movie a chance because I'm a Batman fan, right? And, it's a Batman movie, and I want to check it out. I do believe, right, I'm going to say this, though, I do believe that Ben Affleck's Batman should get another run out. I know Ben Affleck has had these problems, but if he's gotten himself back into some sort of place where he's okay, I would get him back. I want to see another film with his Batman.
He's a pretty good Batman, I thought.
Yeah. Crap Bruce Wayne. Brilliant Batman, though. Yeah. Brilliant Batman. Love his Batman. Love the fact his Batman kills as well. Love it. So, yeah, give us the Michael Keaton Batman as well. Batman Beyond. Do that one as well. Do them all. Do multiverse Batmans. They want to do it with Superman, so why not? They did it with Spider-Man already. So maybe this is the next thing that they're thinking of doing now, folks. Multiverses. because they've done the big universes now, and they're coming to characters that they don't really want to do. So maybe they'll start doing multiverses.
I'm okay with the multiverse as long as they do it right.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you. But it'll be interesting to see. I can't wait now. We're only a couple of days away from the Schneider cut, and yeah, I'll be bloody lights out, TV on, and in total darkness, and just sit there, pretend I'm in the cinema, and watch it, and hopefully enjoy it.
When I first saw Keaton, I thought, "What? Michael Keaton is Batman?" But he actually did a pretty good job.
He was brilliant as Batman. He was. Yeah. Even Val Kilmer's Batman wasn't too bad. He was a crap Bruce Wayne. But even his, I know it was a ridiculous story he was in, but his Batman wasn't bad. I mean, George Clooney's Batman was rubbish. Let's be honest about that. But even he admits that was nearly a career ender for him. When they start putting nipples on the Batsuit, that was it for me. I mean, come on, nipples on that Batsuit.
And the Bat credit card.
I loved the Batmobiles back in the day as well. I loved the Michael Keaton one. And I do like the Val Kilmer one, except for the big tail fins that they put on the end of it. But those neon lights, I did like the design. I have to be honest, I did. But yeah, that's where I stand on that.
I like Adam West's Batmobile.
Yeah, that's a good Batmobile too. I actually had one, and I lost it. Pissed me off. So then someone was actually sending me over a load of the Batmobiles, all the different Batmobiles from Australia. And, and here's the thing. I honestly believe that someone robbed the package in the building because I got a notification to say that was sent. They normally put a green card in my post box, so I go and collect it. But they were obviously too lazy this time, and they probably left it on the floor beside me letterbox, and someone swiped it.
So someone stole your Batmobiles.
So someone has my Batmobiles, right? I was getting all the Batmobiles. They were all from the classic to the movie ones, and they were taken. Yeah. So I was pissed off at that. Right, listen, guys, we've come up to the 2-hour mark. I just wanted to talk a little bit more because the streams on Sunday are pretty short, and the fact that I'll be streaming tomorrow instead of tonight on the Irish Geek, I said we'll go for a little bit more time. But PD, you've been quiet for the last few minutes, so what I'll get you to do is an old shout out there if you want to shout.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to mod another stream at the same time.
Oh, you're on another stream?
I'm a wrench, Mr. Brown now, so I'm trying to keep an eye on both that chat as well. That chat's not very active, but
you need to fly off. That's no problem, and say hello to Mr. Brown for me. I'm going to try get Mr. Brown on actually sometime. Be interested. We'll get him on the Irish Geek because he does more other culture stuff as well. So I'll ask him. Yeah, I think Lee talks to him as well.
Yeah, Lee's a good friend of us.
Yeah, so I think I'll get Lee to talk. Actually, you think Lee as my co-host would go and have words with people to try get them on the channel for me, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Get someone else on the other night that we know. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Right, go on, PD. Who do you want to
give I want to give a big plug out to Uche's and Geeks and Gamers at the moment because they're going to be doing a charity stream for this Snyder cut, and they're actually going to have Zack Snyder on them with them. So I want to plug that at the moment.
Yeah. I heard about that. That's
and Lee's got a song. If Lee can put it in the chat as well, Lee's got an album and he's donating some money to the same charity.
Exactly. It is a good cause. It is a good cause. But yeah, they'll be celebrating the Schneider Cut live, and they'll be it's a charity live stream. So yeah, interesting. And the charity that was chosen is obviously close to Schneider's heart. Obviously, we all know the circumstances of why he left the Justice League. And, you know, what Warner Brothers did after the fact was scummy, in my opinion. And this is why I do believe when this Snyder cut, when someone said this existed, you know, I was like, I hope it does. Because if there is his version, then, you know, it maybe one day should see the light of day. I never thought it actually happened, though. I have to be honest. I think there was a lot of us out there that thought, no, there's no way that they would release this version while the other version is out there, because somehow it would belittle that version. This was my way of thinking. But then when I was thinking about it, I says, well, this is Zack Snyder's movie. This is the movie that he wanted to give us. Now, I don't know actually, but here's the thing. Now, before we leave on this, do you think that his Justice League before he left, do you think it would have been a 4-hour version? Or do you think he would have cut it down? Do you think we would have got a 3-hour movie? Do you know, before he left because of what happened. If he had stayed on, none of those events happened, and he had stayed on, right, and completed the Justice League, do you think it would have been a 4-hour movie, or do you think he would have cut it down because the studio would have had a problem with a 4-hour movie? Do you think it would have been a 3-hour movie, a 3.5-hour movie? What do you reckon, Gus?
Cut it down, probably.
Yeah.
Would had to, probably, I think.
When is that stream starting out at PD?
Just a minute. No, I'll just look it up. Sorry, I'm trying to do 3 things at once. A bit busy at the moment. I might have to jump off in a second.
Right, well, listen, we'll end it there anyway. I'll let Alpha give his shout outs and we'll end it there because we're over the 2-hour mark anyway. I know you're busy, but go ahead, Alpha.
Okay. As always, continue to support the TARDIS Zone and your other channel, Irish Geek, where you do a lot of gaming, and it's fun watching all that. And support Lee, probably. He does some really great work if you need anything done. Eventually, I have a new computer I'm going to get set up sometime here and put out some videos and maybe even do some live streaming in future.
Noel, are you having a review of the Schneider Cut? Yes, I'll be doing Mortal Kombat as well, Coming to America 2. But what me and Sharon are going to do is we're going to watch Coming to America, and then we're going to watch the second part straight after. And see if it actually makes sense, because I already have a few issues before even seeing that movie, and I've only seen spoiler-free reviews, and they seem to be very mixed with it. So I'll check it. Listen, I have me doubts already about this movie. When you do a sequel years later, it never really works. I mean, you know, while some people will praise Blade Runner, the latest one, there's a lot of fans out there that actually didn't like that, and that was a sequel of many years later. Sometimes it's best to leave these movies alone and not do a sequel to them. And I just feel that Eddie Murphy hasn't had a hit in a while, and this is him trying to, like with the Hollywood directors, you have James Cameron bringing out Avatar 2 and 3, and he's also talked of possible other movies, doing movie sequels. See, this is what I have a problem with. You have all directors like that, and then you have stars like Eddie Murphy that had hit movies back in the day, and they think if they do basically a rehash of that movie, or they do a sequel to that movie, they will get instant success. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't happen because fans can see right through it. If Coming to America 2 is not as good, I'll be disappointed. But well, I already expect it. What?
Eddie has to try to stay relevant, and hopefully that the project will be good.
Yeah, same here. And there's also talk of him doing, and this is why I know that Eddie Murphy, as Alpha has rightly pointed out, is trying to pull back his star power, because There's talk of a Beverly Hills Cop movie now, another one. I thought the 4 Beverly Hills Cop movies that we got were good enough. No, there was 3, wasn't there? No, 4. There was 4 movies, wasn't there? Yeah, because Wally World was the last one. That was 4. Yeah. So you have Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't need another one. Don't need another one. And the only reason why Eddie Murphy would do it is because he's trying to relive past glories. It's directors.
Info's in a chat, by the way, for the Snyder Cut stream along.
Yeah, that's Thursday, isn't it? Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Yeah. So,
3 days time.
But listen, it's a shame. You know, these guys think that they're still relevant. Unfortunately for them, they're not anymore. And especially trying to relive past glories, it doesn't work. Listen, if Eddie Murphy wants to do something, well then do something that you've never done before, mate. Because you've done comedy, and don't get me wrong, Eddie Murphy is one of the funniest men on the planet. He really is. But the problem is the movies that he's been in over the years have been absolute shit. What he needs to do is he needs to come out of his comfort zone, like a lot of comedians do, and maybe do a more serious movie. And reinvent himself.
Yeah, Harlem Nights, something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, a lot of comedians reinvent themselves and become serious actors. I mean, Robin Williams did a couple of serious movies. He reinvented himself. He was a comedian, and then he started doing serious movies, as well as doing the odd comedy here and there. But that's what he needs to do. Eddie Murphy just does comedy after comedy after comedy. I wouldn't be surprised down the line if there's a Trading Places too. That's
no.
I'm telling you, that's how bad it's getting. They just Avatar 2, Avatar's the highest grossing movie of all time again because they released it for a 3rd time. And now it's because, and again, this is James Cameron trying to relive on past glories, even though I think Avatar is the most overrated film of all bloody time. He's doing 2 sequels to it. And apparently there might be an extended universe and all of this rubbish, right? It's overrated, right? It's weird interspecies crap going on. I don't know what he was trying to do with the movie. You got a Tree of Life there. It was like this religious crap for 3.5, 4 hours, whatever it bleeding was. It was even too long as well. It was even an hour and a half too long, this movie. This movie was rubbish. Don't know how anybody likes it, to be quite honest, but no, it does have a fandom. But
sometimes it's just best to leave well enough alone.
Yeah, that's it. Roy Alpha's done his shouts. PD is busy now, so we'll let them go. I'm gonna say good night to you guys as well in the chat. Thank you for taking part. Thanks for your ratings earlier on. And as I said, I'll be on the Irish Geek tomorrow to do a stream where we'll be talking about all of these things that we've been talking about at the end of this stream. Going into more detail, we'll be talking the Batman. We'll be talking restore the Snyderverse. We'll be talking, obviously, the Justice League. And if there's any more stuff that comes to light before tomorrow, we'll obviously discuss that as well. And in the meantime, if I get any Doctor Who news or anything like that, you know
you'll post it.
Join me here on the TARDIS Zone. Nothing at the moment, but that could all change. A new week coming in. So should be very, very interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks, as I said. And that's it, folks. We're going to say good night to you all now. And thanks for joining us. I really did enjoy tonight. Don't forget, it's the Impossible. No, what is it next week? It's the
Planet of the Youth.
It's What's a Planet of the Youth? What's it called again?
Yeah, Planet of the Youth. It's one of my favourite episodes. It's the one where Donna comes really becomes an integral part of the.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so
as a companion.
Of the Ood, and the classic Who story is the invasion The reason why I say that, Lau, is because it's 8 parts. Because because Lee had to pick the longest.
So
We're
7 parts.
keeping it short.
No, I honestly do believe he does it to sabotage me. I've said it to him to his face. He's in the chat there. He does it. He picks the worst episodes and then he picks the longest ones. He's trying to sabotage me, lads.
Way to go, Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the invasion. I know it's a long one.
7
I know it's
parts.
a long one, but that's the story that Lee has chosen. But I will do this. I don't normally do this, but I'll grind the axe, man. If this continues to happen with these 6 and 8 part stories, I'll have to put my foot down and actually demand that you do a couple of 4-parters, because I can't keep doing this, man. It takes a lot out of us. It takes a lot out of us all. I mean, by the time we get to the 4th part, I'm already. So, yeah. Next week is going to be fun. Oh, Jesus. We're starting 15 minutes earlier just so we can kick the first one on as ASAP.
Yeah, I'll try and be around if I can, but I don't know where I am. I'm getting pulled left, right, and centre at the moment. There's a mod for almost everyone now. I've come to do Pris Persia, seriously.
Yeah, Sharon just telling me about daylight savings in America or something.
Yeah. We jumped ahead last night.
Right. Well, yeah. So it'll still be the same time, my time. Obviously, it'd be different for you guys, but just it's either an hour after when he's used to, or an hour before when he's used to. You bringing them in with you?
It's the 28th in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I you know what? I don't give a crap about daylight savings or when the clock's going forward or back. I just put them forward or back when I have to. So yeah, War Games is going to be a 4-hour live stream. Then no.
Oh yeah, the long one.
We did do the War Games on this channel in the early days, and I remember it very well. We literally started at 5. And I think by the time we finished, it was 10 o'clock at night, because obviously we like to talk. So no. Don't worry. I've been told that after this story that Lee is picking, we'll have a couple of 4-parters. So that'll be grand. That'll be grand. Next week is going to be rough though. And we'll then Sunday. Then we can recover on Sunday, folks. We'll recover on Sunday. Right, I'm gonna go now for definite. But I want to thank you all for taking part and joining us. So I want to say thank you to me panel. So PD Rich, thank you. I know you're busy. You don't have to answer me there. But
That's all right though. That's all right, buddy. Anytime.
So you're here next week anyway. So I'll keep sending you the link anyway.
Okay.
Alfie, you're available now, aren't you? You said you're available now over the next 4 weeks.
Me?
Yeah.
No, today is my last.
Oh, today is our last day.
Available for the rest of this month on the weekends.
Okay.
I'm still off tomorrow yet. So.
Right. Okay. Right. I got mixed up there. But listen, we'll be here anyway for New Who, Classic Who. We'll have all our panels and stuff like that. Tarda Zone talks on Fridays. And as I said, I will stream on the Irish Geek tomorrow for about an hour. We'll talk about the Al Schneiderverse. We'll talk about the Batman. And obviously, we will talk Justice League because we're a few days away.
Thanks for having me today.
No problem, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Right, so say goodnight, PD Rich.
Night, everyone. Have a good one.
Say good night, Alpha Omega.
Good night, folks.
And it's a good night from me. See yous. Adios, amigos. should have heard Ted there. Literally all the way through the children.
No, I literally have to run, mate. I'm like trying to mod a stream, and I think there's another stream starting up, so I gotta go, mate.
Go ahead. Right, good night, folks. We're pressing the end broadcast button. See you later.